what separates the great anime from the amazing anime? Now that question is gonna have a different answer for a lot of people, but if you asked a lot of people what really separates them from loving an anime or just liking an anime, the ending is generally going to be what people are going to go to. Now for me, a bad ending isn't going to ruin a great anime, but it could ruin it from being an amazing one. And Recreators, for all fairness, it ended last week. The main conflict was resolved, and a lot of people were speculating there could still be another twist, this big grand twist, and I didn't think that was going to happen. This felt like this was going to be an epilogue episode, which it absolutely was. And the thing that makes Recreators' ending so good is that its ending was 2 episodes. The conflict was in 1 episode last week, and this episode is wrapping up all the little personal stories and giving closure and conclusion to all of these characters, creators, and creations alike. And this is something you don't see in anime often. I don't even remember the last time I saw an epilogue episode, and a lot of times you would have 15 minutes, you'd have the explosive battle, or whatever your main conflict of the series is, and then you'd have 5 minutes goodbye. Like, honestly, if Recreators was most anime, the way this would have ended, you would have had 15 minutes of last week's episode, you would have cut out about 5 or 6 minutes of last week, and you would have had the portal scene with Matoria and the others right after that. There would have been nothing else past that, and for most, that would be fine. I mean, that's what we're used to with anime. But Recreators went the route of giving us proper time to closure. Some stuff, it was just simple scenes of them just eating and talking, but it gave you that closure because you've been spending so many weeks with these characters, and their creators have grown very attached as they're no longer just drawings or just pieces of words that they've kind of pieced together. They are real people. The creators are these creations' parents, so it is this kind of like family love that they had there. And then you have the pervert author who's just more or less obsessed with his creations, but they did become a family, basically what it's worth there. So I loved how it had that time to give all the closure, and how they pretty much tied up all the loose ends. And for those who are still questioning how Sota was able to bring back his friend, that also gets once again refreshed for those people. But it just feels like everything had a nice bow to send off this wonderful series, and honestly, Recreators did a fantastic job. It doesn't feel like these characters need any more time. It feels like this is a conclusion, but that's not to say that Recreators couldn't have more Recreators series. The Recreators formula could work in many shows, like you have the Fate formula, where you have all these different Holy Grail wars. You can have the Recreators formula, you can have different characters, maybe do a second series where you have, at the same time this was happening in Japan, have a different location, North America, Australia, doesn't matter where it is, but have a different set of characters at the same time having their own creations. You can do more Recreators anime, but the Recreators series and this cast of characters has come to a conclusion in a brilliant way, and there's no real point in bringing them back because their main conflict has been concluded. But it doesn't mean we can't have different characters with their own conflicts, which it'd be nice to see more of, but either way, this was a fantastic payoff. The only thing that really is left in my mind is what truly happened with Magane, because Magane kind of just fixed Soda's issues. She kind of twisted the words to be able to make it so he doesn't need audience approval to revive his dead friend. So it makes me question, did she also go through that portal, or is she just lurking around in town? Is she going to be a menace? Is she going to be killing people? Or is she just going to say, you know what, I had my fun, let's maybe have a more normal life? That's something we don't know where she went, but personally, I'm fine with that just being left up in the air, and you can choose, did she go back, or is she going to be a menace in this town? But it's pretty cool to see that Matoria is going to be kicking around with Sota and the gang. The rest did go back to their individual worlds, but like she says in this episode, it's impossible for you to both catch and throw yourself, you know what I mean? You can't pick yourself up and throw yourself through. So for her to be able to open up this portal, there's no way that she can also go through, but she likes this world, so she's fine with just being a normal author and making her own worlds like all the other gods have done so far. And that's nice to see as well. So then Sota does have another partner kind of filling in, you know, for his long lost friend. So it's nice that he's not going to be completely alone, and also he's going back into the swing of things. He's making his art, even if not a lot of people are reading it or looking at it, things like that. It's nice to see that he also has overcome everything there. And this was just a good payoff episode. It didn't do anything that I wasn't really expecting. The only major thing was Matoria sticking around. I didn't see that happening. But they even clear up the whole thing of like, if these creations died in our world, what happens? Well, there's multiple path lines. Like, there's not just one timeline. The people who got brought into our world, it's just one path, you know what I mean? So it's not like some of these creations like Celestia and things like that, the people who died in this world, Mamika, they still are alive in their own individual worlds. They just are not the ones that we saw. So I like how they also tie that up for people who may be questioning, well, Mamika died, so is Mamika dead for a story? No, as long as the story keeps continuing, she'll still exist. It's just the Mamika in the story that you'll be writing never actually came to this world. That Mamika did die, but it's not to say that he's not going to be the same character that you're writing in your story. But this was a very, very great anime overall, and I would even say it was an amazing anime. I like the characters all for the most part, even if not all of them had amazing character development. It does feel like everyone had enough time in some shape or form to give them something here. I mean, just overall, this was a fun series. The Magade thing may be brought up as like a plot hole, but really wasn't that important in my humble opinion. She was kind of this wild card, this neutral card, so I wouldn't even doubt it if she just decided to kind of just skip town and just start living her own life. It's not to say she won't cause some crime if she isn't still in the real world, or maybe she went back, but either way, I love this series. This was a very fun series. It's going to be sad that we're not going to have any more recreators, but it's better to end it on a high note than drag it out for seasons on end. I loved how this ended, but let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of this wonderful series overall, and what was your favorite goodbye? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And before I leave, smack that like button, share your support if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.